There's no limit to just how far LEGO designers can push the bounds of their creativity, so let's explore more genius LEGO designs in official sets. Coming hot off the line today, it's the McLaren Formula 1 car. This 245-piece build was a real hit with Speed Champions fans when it launched in early 2024 thanks to its vibrant colors and incredible attention to detail. It includes a LEGO minifigure ski piece within the build, but one of the most clever details has got to be the steering wheel. If you're not very familiar with Formula 1 racing, take a look at the cockpit of one of these vehicles. That steering wheel has more buttons and dials than any car I've ever driven and looks more like something you'd expect to find in an F-16, so clearly a simple LEGO steering wheel piece would just not be suitable to recreate this, and so LEGO used a custom printed game controller piece. As accurate as this rendition might be, there's another piece on this vehicle that's a little questionable at first glance. Take a look at this image and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you can't quite tell, that's a LEGO spoon pulling double duty as a side view mirror. Now, I don't know about you, but the idea of having the image in my mirror that distorted is enough to make me dizzy. Regardless of how well a spoon might realistically work in this situation, the part does look perfect in its new role. Next up, one of my viewers going by Bluebug pointed out a few interesting parts in the City of Lanterns build. This set is just full of genius building techniques, so let's get to it. First off, the monkey mascot for the soup joint uses a few clever pieces. The eyebrows are two golden nozzles, and just under that, the nose is an upside down heart. Very cute. Right next to that though, there's a giant bowl of soup on a sign. The chopsticks here are incredibly simple but really get the point across. And to the left of these, the giant lobster features a few pieces that we've seen over and over again. Sausages. Yep, there are two red ones here to make the lobster's antennae. Also, I just love the chef's hat on top. Perfect. Now, the bubble tea stand from this same set has a few neat features as well. Just check out this step for something that I've never seen before. This instruction step tells you to carefully place 7 1x1 round tiles into this tall, clear LEGO piece. This eventually forms the storefront and creates a truly unique look. It kind of reminds me of the infamous step from the ship in a bottle build, but much smaller. This section of the build also features a cool design using a bunch of inverted wheel axle pieces to create roof tiles. Likewise, the main structure uses several of these somewhat rare gold ingot pieces in dark green as roof tiles. Now, as clever as these features are, one of the coolest designs that I've seen in a while can be found in the White Dragon horse jet build from 2021. Now, overall, this set is fine, nothing really special, but the first thing that you build in this set is this vending machine, which features several possible items that a lucky consumer might be able to get their hands on. This actually features the exact same building technique as the bubble tea shop I mentioned and uses 7 printed round tiles inside of a clear column brick. These are meant to show off the contents of the machine just like any real-life equivalent. As smart as that might be, the real magic happens behind the scenes. By inserting a 1x2 LEGO tile, any minifigure can receive a random jar from the machine. What's even cooler though is that this thing also accepts cash. Well, that is the 1x2 printed money tiles that are prevalent in LEGO City. But this isn't the only set featuring a little more than first meets the eye. A viewer named KM64 spotted something interesting in another LEGO vehicle, Dr. Eggman's Death Robot in the Sonic the Hedgehog set of the same name. Now, maybe a quote death robot isn't what comes to mind when you think of a vehicle, but this thing would make anyone's morning commute a lot easier. Anyway, there's a clever part used on the robot's backpack that slipped right under my radar when I first saw this set. Do you see that round 2x2 tile? Yeah, the one that kind of looks like a giant flathead screw? Well, that's actually the letter I from the typewriter set. These same pieces were also used to create the Titanic display plate from that set as well. I really like when LEGO uses odd pieces in seemingly unexpected ways. Another genius LEGO vehicle is the Skull Truck set from the first wave of Ninjago sets all the way back in 2011. While it might not look as flashy as some of the newer entries in this theme, trust me, you need to see how awesome it is. My favorite might be the use of the LEGO Technic suspension springs that let this monster truck bounce up and down over any terrain. What's particularly interesting though is what happens when you bounce the front of the truck up and down. Up front, you've got this really cool looking skull that gives the set its name. When you bounce the front of the truck, the mouth opens and closes, allowing you to chomp on any daring ninja that tries to get a little bit too close. The skull design here is very sleek, yet very menacing. However, the standout feature of this set has got to be the launcher that's built into the back of the truck. Thanks to a few rubber bands, this skeletal arm can be launched out to grab anyone unlucky enough to be in range. image. Next up, a user named Holly pointed out several unique designs in the boutique hotel set from 2022 that help it perfectly capture the right vibe. This building is full of intricate ironwork that might be hard to build out of traditional Lego bricks. Luckily, the Lego designers had a few tricks up their sleeves to help nail these details. Take a look at these images and you'll notice something slightly out of place. Yeah, those are handcuffs being used for the lattice work around the building. This Lego handcuff piece in black is kind of rare actually, having only popped up in 10 sets since they were first introduced in this color around 2019. But going up to the roof of the building though, we get another genius design choice. While it might not be visible from the street level, once you climb up here, you can easily tell that these are no ordinary railings. We've got a total of 15 black snake heads warning people not to get too close to the edge. These pieces were also introduced in this set in this color and have only appeared in 2 other sets since then. A very unique piece to say the least. But it doesn't end there because there's a hidden minifigure whip piece inside this build. This build includes one decorative black coiled whip at the end of the handrail of the main staircase. Looking at this image, it's also hard not to appreciate how amazing the tiling is in this lobby. I'm always really impressed with just how much detail can be put into these Lego modular building sets, and if you've ever spotted a brilliant design in a Lego set of your own, comment below about it to be featured in a future video. Now, on the topic of home decor, there's a small detail hidden in the Big Bang Theory set from the Lego Ideas line. While this build is full of Easter eggs for fans of the show, that's not what caught the eye of a viewer going by the name Ouija Cool. It seems that on the desk in the back corner of this set, the lamp is hiding a little something extra. The slight bend in the stand for the lamp is achieved by using a single gray pistol piece. These guns pop up all the time in Lego sets, and it seems like they're more useful as decoration than as actual weapons. Lego designers really know how to use these small pistols in very clever ways to maximize their potential. Now, another Lego line focused on buildings is the Lego architecture theme. These sets have always been hit or miss, but when they get things right, the results are spectacular. Case in point, the Leaning Tower of Pisa from 2013 is an admittedly unique build, and it does get one thing absolutely spot on: the lean. When I first saw this set, I assumed that there was some sort of Technic support structure to give the tower the perfect angle, but I was very wrong. The tower itself is a little more than a repetitive stack of 4x4 round bricks, arches, and hinge pieces that do manage to accurately create the iconic landmark. However, once you're finished with the bulk of this build, you'll notice that there's still no lean at all. But then you build the base and things get very interesting. But first, please take 2 seconds to tap that subscribe button if you're enjoying this video. We're getting so close to 1 million subscribers. Alright, so once you get down to step 60 in this build, you'll notice what's happening. You have to attach a few plates with clips to the bottom of the tower, allowing it to be angled upwards or downwards. From there, you'll need to build the rest of the base, which is slightly higher on one side than the other. Lastly, just snap the completed tower into place, and you'll notice that the building now leans just the right amount. This is a truly elegant solution. What do you think? Another architecture set with a few hidden surprises is the Singapore set from 2022. This set really shows how far this line has come in the last decade and captures the city's iconic Marina Bay Sands hotel. While building the hotel, the instructions call for a total of 6 of these blaster elements to help create some central support. However, none of these pieces are visible in the final build, as they are very quickly covered up by the front of the building. I have to say though, I don't know why they chose these pieces instead of some more common snot bricks that Lego designers typically use, but I trust the designers had a perfectly good reason, perhaps due to the width of the building. However, these blasters aren't the only unusual parts in this build, because you see these vibrant magenta treetops are hubcaps from the Speed Champions line. However, this is the only time we've ever gotten them in this color, and Lego was generous enough to give us a grand total of 6 in this box, which is just awesome. Thanks to the third Olmec for pointing this one out to me in the comments, but you see, there are many more genius Lego sets that I want to talk about, so that's what I did in this month's members only bonus video. If you're a member, click here to watch. If not, click the join button by the subscribe button below to get access to bonus videos like this one. I plan on releasing even more content for members on top of my regular weekly videos, so now is the best time to join, and I'll be responding to all the comments, so I hope to see you over there.